Hi, this is just a quick demonstration on how I'm setting up this idea of mine. Okay, so I need a drag and drop sampler for any kind of any samples that you want. So here I've got just a straightforward piano, and how I'm actually doing this is by using the multi outputs. So you go into here and it will have 8 stereo and 8 mono. So that's perfect for what I needed. Okay, so and I wanted to separate all the notes from each other so that I could have the different convolutions on them. So on C, for instance, I've got output 3 and 4, and C sharp is 5 and 6, D 7 and 8, and so on. But obviously, since there's only 12 that I needed, the octave above would have 3 and 4 and on the same note. So C would have 3 and 4, 3 and 4, and 3 and 4 up here. Okay, now when we look at the mixer, it looks very complicated, but it's not actually all that bad. Because as you can see, it's sort of set out in a reasonable way. But okay, so here you've got the ultra beat. 3 and 4 is here, so I've called this C. 5 and 6, C sharp. 7 and 8, D, and so on, all the way up to B. From here, I wanted to have my convolutions in different buses, so this is where this comes in. Okay, so from 3 and 4, it goes into bus 1. Bus 1 is called C as well, but it has a convolution on it. Now this convolution is of the wine glass. So here we've got the reverb, and then obviously to stop it from overloading all the time and just peaking, I've put quite a big compressor on, as you can see, and this is pretty much all the way across. So this is just C on its own with nothing on it. Okay, so just a normal piano. What I decided to do with this was to have it coming out bus 1. Let's just do this post faded to begin with. Okay, so I'll send it off to 1, and then this is it. I mute this, and here we have the convolution. So let's just have a listen to that. So now you can already hear that sort of ringing wine glass there. Okay, so let's go one step further with this and just bring in all the sounds all together. So we're going to bring in the just convolutions of the crystal glass being resonated. Okay, so I'm going to play you 3 chords. Okay, and that's that. Okay, then the next place that I wanted to go with this was to kind of use a bit of feedback and a bit of sort of like delays and pitch shifting and so on. And because it's only coming out of a bus, it's only gonna be changing the convolution itself. So it's not gonna be touching the original source. I thought of notes that sounded good within C, so I've called this C trial. Okay, so when we have a look, here's what we've got going on. we've got C, D sharp and G. So I've sent these all off on their own buses. I sent it to here. So let's just have a listen to this one. And I'm actually only going to play C. So I'm only going to be playing this note here. Okay. So you can hear G just coming in. Okay, and what we can do here is send it into 4. See if we can catch it. You get the idea. Okay, and okay, I also did one for G sharp, so let's just try that. That's great. Okay, so let's just try a couple of chords here as well. Okay, so you can really tell this is mainly about resonance just by hearing what is coming through there. And obviously the next place to think of is a beer barrel. Because I was sort of thinking of other things that resonate other than just crystal. You know, I was thinking about metals and things like that. Because I know there's a lot of companies that have been doing sort of like sample libraries for metal objects or just sheets of metal and things like that. But no one's really tried doing it just through convolution, so I kind of went with this idea as well. So let's just hear this on its own. I've also reversed it because I didn't want it to collide with this sound as well. So, okay, so let's just hear this on its own. So you can kind of tell where I'm going with this. Okay, so again, you can see it's flipped around. And again, I've kind of gone with this idea of C, C sharp, D, D sharp, and so on. And for each individual convolution, there's a different note or different resonant note. Okay, so let's hear this all together. Okay, so this is more a concept video of my dissertation idea, and I just need to gather up some primary research, so I'd really appreciate it if you could answer some questions either in the comments section, or I'll leave my email in the info and you can just email it to me. That'd be great help. Okay, so question one is, do you think there's an easier way to create these sounds, or if it sounds good with this natural imperfection sometimes with the crystal sound? Okay, so question two is, would you feel that this would be better as a sample pack, and not so much having your own choice of input sounds, so you wouldn't be able to have I don't know, a trumpet or a piano? That'll be completely up to you what you wanted, and that would obviously be subsidized if it was just samples. Okay. And question three is, does it create an interesting effect, and what kind of effect would you like to see this be used as, either for creative sound designers, for live use with bands, or even for composers to utilize for soundtrack for video? Okay, and question four is, since this technique isn't used day to day, would it encourage you to think along these lines and experiment, and how would you experiment with it? Question five is, if you could see anyone such as Audio Ease with their Multiverb, or Logic with their Space Designer, which company would you think that this would be best suited for, and would find interest in it, and why? Thanks very much for taking the time out of your day to give me some feedback, and I look forward to hearing your opinions.